Good afternoon, I'm Malcolm Jordan and this is your Midday News Fix for Monday the 1st of December. Prime Minister Chris Luxon's batting away speculation New Zealand's scaling back of climate commitments could impact our trade. Our free trade deals with partners like the EU and the UK require our cooperation around climate change. The governments this year overturned our ban on new oil and gas exploration, instead reopening applications and lowered our methane emissions target. Luxon told Mike Hosking no one has raised concerns with him.
We're in the top 10 countries in the world in terms of renewable energy. Most people are still coal-powered power stations. Until everyone gets to that position, then I won't really listen too much to others.
The government says it's working on how to move homeless people out of CBDs ahead of an imminent announcement. It signalled last month it was considering measures to allow police to enforce move-on orders. Prime Minister Chris Luxon says they're getting advice quickly and an announcement should be made before Christmas. He told Mike Hosking they need to figure out what happens when people are sent away, something the Minister for Auckland and Mayor of Auckland have been looking at.
Having said that, Simeon Brown and Wayne Brown actually came together last week and actually put together quite a good action plan.
A professional firefighters union boss claims Fire and Emergency has breached good faith bargaining. Pay talks have dragged on for more than 16 months. Fire and Emergency Deputy Chief Executive Megan Stifler says they value their people and will continue to work in good faith towards a fair deal. But Union Christchurch President Aaron Mackay says Stifler broke good faith by announcing Fire and Emergency's proposed offer publicly before consulting the union.
It was just a number on a whiteboard. It was never presented. Yet Megan Stifler deemed it fit to announce to the nation what their offer is. I find that highly offensive and absolutely disgusting.
An anti-smoking group says young people don't think that vaping is as cool as it used to be. Action on Smoking and Health has released results of its survey asking more than 30,000 Year 10 students about smoking habits. It shows 7.1% vape daily, down from the 10% peak in 2022, and less than a third have tried it. ASH Chair Robert Beaglehole says government policy at the time played a big role.
There's no question that we lost 2 or 3 years before the regulations came into effect, and since then in 2021 they have been increasingly tightened.
A tenant advocacy group says new pet bond laws should have been written more specifically. Under legislation taking effect today, landlords may only refuse a tenant keeping a pet on reasonable grounds. They can charge an extra bond of up to 2 weeks' rent to cover damage that pets may cause. Renters United President Luke Somerville says the terminology could cause issues.
I think reasonable grounds is still too vague. I think that it should have been spelled out much clearer. It's still open to interpretation.
To sport, pride for Chelsea boss Enzo Maresca in a hard-earned point in football's Premier League. The Blues have survived nearly an hour with 10 men to draw 1-1 away to leaders Arsenal. The Formula One Championship race will come down to next week's season-ending Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. Max Verstappen has won the penultimate race in Qatar, ahead of Oscar Piastri second and Carlos Sainz third. A New Zealand double at the season-opening Dubai World 7 Series tournament, with both teams beating Australia in their respective finals. I'm Malcolm Jordan. That's your latest news fix. We'll be back with the next update at 5 p.m. from the Newstalk ZB newsroom.